What up, guys? It's already Tuesday. What about that? Man, it rained here last night. It come down. We had a little bit of lightning. Went to bed last night, and you could see it through the blinds. It was a getting it. So we didn't have no bad weather. If we did, I slept through it. I done a little test last night, strictly by accident, of course. And because y'all know me, I don't never drink coffee before I go to bed. But anyway, so this Death Wish coffee that K&R sent me, I love, by the way. I'm hooked on it. I'm about out, so I'm fixing to start. I got a whole box of Black Rifle coffee, so I'm fixing to start drinking it. I got 48 cups of that I got to start drinking. But it was in the little cup, so I thought it would last longer than something in a bag. So anyway, so I've been drinking this Death Wish coffee, and it claims it's the world's strongest coffee, right? So yesterday morning I had my bus route, so I drank 2 before I got on my bus, which was 7 o'clock, which is typically what I do here. This is my second. And so on in today, I don't know if I had any or not, but anyway, about 9 o'clock last night, I'm thinking, man, I sure could use a cup of coffee. Typically, I don't pick Death Wish coffee right before I go to bed, but I picked something that maybe not as strong. Even though I can't tell a difference in it, I'm high strung anyway. But anyway, I accidentally picked me a cup of Death Wish coffee, and I don't pour out coffee. And so I went ahead and drunk it. I realized I'd done it. I thought, this would be a great test. So 9 o'clock-ish, I drank me a cup of Death Wish coffee, and we're doing a little work around the house. Went in the living room and sat down and was messing on my computer. Me and Tammy had been working on masks, and I got the end of a run done. Y'all don't know what that means. But anyway, I got the end of a run, and I didn't want to start another run. And so it was probably 10 o'clock, I guess. I don't know. It was late. And I'm sitting in there on the lazy boy, looking through Facebook and YouTube. And the next thing I know, my wife is waking me up, telling me to go to bed. So I guess that confirms the fact that caffeine has no effect on this caffeine induced body, I guess. So I guess now I know that I can drink Death Wish coffee morning, noon, and night. So what was it David said he takes it intravenously or used to?
Yeah.
So
that's probably what I should do.
Yeah, I used to not like coffee.
I've always liked it.
It was an acquired taste for me, but I tell you, it wasn't so much an acquired taste. I had to drink some I actually liked, which that's funny to say that I like Walmart water. Now I can't hardly drink Walmart water. This bunch has spoiled me with good good coffee. I don't know that I'll ever be able to go back. But anyway, let's see who was in the house. I'm going to go by my phone. And I think the phone is matching today. StreamYard. So I got Castle Hives in the house first. By the way, if you guys love honey, and I'm sure he does this because I see a lot of people ask for it, Castle Hives, I think we can have some honey if he's not already pre-sold all of it. I know I got a jar coming. But I got some samples thanks to Scott Jacobs. Scott Jacobs won a prize pack with 2, I call them shot glasses of honey. They was about this tall, like sample jars. Wow, that's some of the best honey I've ever had in my life. Matter of fact, during the day, I've been putting some in some hot mint tea. Man, oh man, don't get no better than that. So if you guys like honey, y'all got to go check out Castle Hive. I think he's fixing to have a bunch of honey.
Hey, Gary, our guest said they did not get the email.
All right. Well, the email that I got them must not have worked. So, did you send them the link?
No, but I will.
All right. Because I'm going to look, make sure I hit send. The link was in the first email. But, yeah. I might have forgot to put the link in the email. but I sent them to him. You just never know with me.
Well, you put it in my email, so.
Yeah. So anyway, let's go down. Castle Hive, Nettie, Rayleigh Creative Travel. Hey man, RV Weekends. RV Weekends is going to start following us. I think Tuesday through Friday. I think they may be doing the Saturday show too. I don't know, but anyway, I think Tuesday through Friday they're going to be following us. So Tom O's in the house. Artist on the Road. Go down. I'm doing it on the wrong one. Actually, I wasn't going to do that. Happy Place Camping. Boone is here. Lucky Dog Production Moderator. I got to get over and see Lucky Dog and them. I haven't seen them in a while, and that is so on me. But I haven't had school, so I don't get up early enough to watch it early morning when he does. And then in the evening, I've been missing it because we've been working. Let me go down here. Nursing Our Travel Bugs here. Purple Tube is here. I see our guest down here. Let's bring them up. Hey, lady, how are you? So let me go on down the list right quick, and let's see who all we got. Mary Jones is here. The Cruz family's here. JTS Outdoor Life. Morning, guys. I think I got everybody, but if I missed you, I didn't mean to. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. We got 20 in the house already. So, as we have been saying for the last couple of weeks, and I'm just going to reiterate this, not trying to drive it home, but, just to let everybody know, we've started doing the last 15, maybe longer, 20 minutes of the show, we do a meet and greet. And so during that meet and greet, we let everybody share what their goal is, if they're 20 short of 100 or 20 short of 1,000 or whatever that is, and any upcoming video links. We let everybody do that the last little bit of the show. We will tell you when we start that. The reason we're doing it at the end of the show, we don't want to take away from our guests. And so we ask that you don't drop any links during the show until we ask for it. It's sort of not fair to the guests. They have the spotlight, and I realized that one day, and I thought, that's not really fair if we're all, and I'm the one that started that, so it's all on me, letting everybody do it all throughout the show. So we're going to start waiting toward the end of the show and doing it, and that way we're focused on what's going on as well, because we're going to start letting our guests go a little early. That way, me and Felix and Nettie and Jerry, who all are ever up here, we can interact more with you guys and shout out some of those. We might not always shout out yours. We'll try to, we'll try to get to everybody, because this channel is your channel anyway. And so we're just trying to organize it a little bit more and make it fun for everybody. And so we're going to grow and change and do things different along the way. Just try not to get your feelings hurt. We mean nothing by it. So, we're going to try to get down that road and make it as fun as we can for everybody. So, with all that being said, I forgot, I think. Let me see if I done my guest link right. Yep, I got it right. Yep. So I don't want to mess that up this morning. Yesterday, I had the guest link from the guest from the day before, so that didn't work. So how's it going, Bake a Leg and Let's Dig It?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. It is going. How are y'all doing?
Great. So what is your name?
My name is Melody.
Melanie. Okay.
And my last name is Rose, just like the flower.
I got you. So I'm terrible with names, so I'll forget that before the show's over. Felix can testify to that. So
how can you forget that name? Don't you love music? It's easy to remember. Melody, just like music.
I got you. So see, I'd already messed it up because it's cutting out just a little bit, your audio. So I thought you said Melanie with an N, but it's melody, like music. I got you now. So tell us a little bit about who you are and about your channel and maybe how it got started, and let everybody know and get a little meet and greet right off the bat, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out here that may not know who you are.
Okay, where do I start? I'm Melody. I contemplated doing a YouTube page, like a YouTube channel, a few years back once I got sick. I just didn't have the nerve to do it. And then the Crockers said, just jump and just do it. I was the person that always went to the big box stores and always spent $400 or $500 on, stuff for a spring garden. And then one day I woke up listening to Jess from Roots and Refuge about buying seeds, and I grow everything by seed. I bake, I cook, and the name of the channel came about because when I signed up last year, it said to be a little comical. So I wanted to incorporate, the baking aspect. So it said break. I decided to do bake a leg,
I
and
love it.
let's dig it for the garden fact. So that's how the name came about.
I love it. So I, like a lot of the channels we have on here, had not heard of your channel. I mean, I might have seen you in the chat, but I'd not been over to your channel, because a lot of times Nettie and Felix will know channels that some of the rest of us don't know, and they follow and all. And so I went over there this morning and joined your channel and watched the video, your intro video, I believe, where you talk about growing all your stuff organically. And that was pretty cool, because I know even me and my wife, we do a garden, but we treat it with stuff from the big box stores. And I would like to get to more like do away with the pesticides and find different ways. And I know there's ways of doing that. I've just not took the time to learn. I believe it would really change the way that what our food tastes like. I want to thank.
When I started, when I
let me.
started last year.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. When I started last year, I was still living in my townhouse. Long story short, I am that person that was put out in the middle of COVID. The people that bought my townhouse community just wanted buku amount of dollars and just didn't want to renew the lease after 12 years. So last year, inexperienced, holding the camera like this on my phone with the black sides. But literally, I just turned on my phone one day when I saw what I did from seed. And that is really how I started. I've always gardened, but I've never did everything by seed. I don't
Right.
believe in pesticides. I use cow. I use, worm compost. I don't do my own compost. A neighbor that was there at the time had said it was unbelievable. It's a shame that the videos are very amateur with the black sides. But I really got like a lot of praying mantises, a lot of ladybugs, and I didn't think that was going to be possible because the people that bought the place ripped out all the trees. So I was quite concerned by that. So I added a lot of pollinators, and it was a phenomenal year last year. I would highly, highly recommend because I was that person that gardened for years and years and used to spend $300, $450, on plants from Home Depot or say Lowe's, and you never get a variety. I never saw a purple pepper a day in my life.
Right.
So I've never turned back. I buy my seeds. I germinate them inside my place with not this extravagant grow light system. Just little cups. Bought a lamp from Home Depot. Put some grow lights in. And I mean, my garden went all the way through to November of last year. I was still picking tomatoes in Pennsylvania.
Oh man,
So,
that's awesome. Hey, thanks to Brianna Fairchild for sharing us out. And I may have killed that name. I say it one way one time and another way another time. So, that's just the redneck in me. I'm not an English major. But anyway, I love her channel, by the way. I just haven't been by there in a few days. But if you've not checked out her channel, go check out her channel as well. So, she's real good to our show. She's good to a lot of channels in our community. And she's a big channel. She don't have to be here, but she comes and joins us. And I appreciate her for that. So it's good when these big channels pop in.
What's the name of the channel? What's
It's
the name of the channel again?
Deanna Brianna Fairchild. And we'll get one of the mods to drop a link to it so you'll be able to see it in the chat. And
okay.
So, but anyway, I think she has about 9,000 subscribers. That says a lot for a big channel to come into a little channel. They don't forget their roots, and that's what I like about it. And so I don't get into everybody's channel, even as small as we are, no bigger than we are. It's hard to get to everybody, but I do try to pop in and skip around. So if I've not been in your channel in a few days, I'll try to get there in another few days. But running a YouTube channel and getting a house ready to sell and downsizing your whole life and trying to figure out how you're going to pay next month's bills when you've not got to work since the fall is a pretty tough deal, and takes up a lot of time. So God has blessed us, and we've managed. So, but
how I stumbled across the way that I stumbled across this whole unique group of people that I think are fantastic is June 19th is when I was pretty much escorted out of my townhome that I was in for 12 years. And the next thing you know, I was staying in a tent for a week. I mean, it's different when you're camping. I like to camp. It's a whole different mentality when you're thinking you're going to have to live there.
Yeah.
So right now I'm temporarily staying with someone, but I'm kind of looking into, I mean, finances are not that good, but I'm kind of looking into like maybe I have a Chevy Trailblazer, with the hitch on the back. I was thinking more like a camper and trying to gut it. It's only me and my two little dogs. My kids are grown. So I'm kind of glad that this happened when it did, because at least it didn't happen when the kids were young. But Pennsylvania was the worst during the virus. And even though the governor said no one could be thrown out, even if they owed money, which I did not, I was still put out. So I kind of lost my home, and I'm using a community garden. I have about 8 raised beds there. It used to be across the street from where I lived. And it's done pretty well for me this year.
Well, in this community, you're going to find, and we have more than just RVers, but you are going to find a lot of people that will help you figure that process out. Like, we've got people that buy little bitty, like camping therapy. She buys these little bitty campers and restores them and resells them, but she knows the ins and outs about what it takes to redo one. And she's got a big wealth of knowledge right there in dismantling. Another channel, you probably already have them if you're friends with the Crockers, is Simple Life Reclaimed.
Crocker.
Yeah,
they're my favorite. I know. They come on my lives and everything. I go live every Sunday, and they usually will come in. Love them, love them, love them.
Yeah,
I know that they're redoing a camper.
Yeah, they're redoing their fifth wheel. It wound up being a bigger job than they had anticipated, but you learn a lot. I've learned a lot about how campers are made watching them do that. But and the things to watch.
I'm just trying to figure out, because this is just a temporary place to stay for right now. So it's like, do I stay in my vehicle? Do I try to see if I can find just like $1,000 type of camper and, just go from there, and then can record that on YouTube? But right now I am somewhere, I guess maybe till the end of the month, we'll have to see. But, you know, just trying to make the best out of it.
Well, you just get up every morning and put another foot in front of the other one and keep going, right?
That is
So
so true.
you grow
So
your
true.
garden because, like I say, I'm new to your channel as well. I've only watched your intro because I was new, and uh, you grow your
Could you
garden.
tell I was nervous on my intro?
You done great. You done great. So
Oh,
you grow your garden in a community area, or is that a place that's some friends of yours that has that land, or?
mm-mm. I lived in a community, and across from my townhouse, they put in community garden center. Last year, I had all in-ground gardens, and I finally found the phone number, and I went over, and I ended up purchasing a bed for like $50, and then I got a second one for 25. Once you become a member, it's like $25 a bed. I basically used those beds last year just for extra room because I grew so many little plants, you know. This year I'm using it solely to have a garden this year. So it's all fenced in. There's multiple plots, they're all numbered. And this year I have 8, last year I had 4. And that was not
Wow,
even including my 3 in-ground gardens.
that's amazing that they have that available in an area. Like I've never seen anything like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a great thing when you want to garden and some people don't want you to garden. I mean, I've learned a lot about that. Last year, the place where I was living was trying to fight me on having a garden. And I gave it a week to get my head together, went in and said, "You're affecting my ability to eat." And I won and was able to keep my gardens last year. So I
Yeah.
just learned a lot from seed and, watching them grow, doing everything organically. And then I had to teach myself how to can, preserve. And yeah, I've learned a lot. I'm not really a big shopper anyway. And I'm not a prepper per se. I've always stockpiled on food. And I felt like I've had so much produce, even left over from last year, between freezing, teaching myself how to can, which was very intimidating, water bath canning. But I learned a lot. And I will never forget this comment as long as I live. Before I moved, I had a grow station up with the lights. And my daughter happened to call me on like a video app. And she says, she's older, she's in her 30s. And she said, "Mom, I know you're going to get mad at me, but I think that it's just really stupid." And I said, "I'm not mad at you. That's the same mentality that I had for years. Let me just go and spend my money, go to the box stores, and, just go buy plants." She said, "Oh, it raises the electric and it's just a waste of money and da 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 da." And at the end of the day, I was always taught this: if you have seeds, you're always rich. I had energy efficient grow lights. I bought the lamp from Target, one of those spider type ones you can adjust. I got the free cups from my friend who was a dentist, and I would buy a big bag of Miracle Grow. I know a lot of people in the gardening world disagree with Miracle Grow. I can't complain about that because it's affordable and it's good enough for the seeds. It worked last year. I figured it would work this year.
Right.
So I think she's finally catching on when she saw how much stuff I was able to do just from seeds.
Yeah. And two, our kid, my wife pretty much has always had a garden. She was raised on the garden. I married the baby at 12, so she grew up. They had a big garden. Anyway, our daughter, our oldest child, she will not eat store bought green beans, but she has
Well,
to
you know
have
what?
homegrown green beans. And I, after this
I
year,
believe it.
yeah, after this year, Trubaduo gave us a recipe for salsa, and I tweaked it a little to make it hot enough for me. And now I can't. I eat because we had a couple of bottles of Walmart salsa. Yet not Walmart, but it's sold at Walmart. I forgot what the brand was. Anyway, it's good. It's good salsa. But anyway, after us making the homemade out of our stuff, out of our garden, our own jalapenos, our own tomatoes. After doing that, I told my wife yesterday, and I've never been this person. I've always been able to eat both. But I told her yesterday, I said, I don't think I'll ever be able to eat store-bought salsa anymore.
So
So we
true.
spend about
Because
50
even when
yards.
it comes to the tomatoes, there's no flavor in a tomato in the supermarket. It's so disappointing. And the varieties of tomatoes that I've grown this year, some have weighed in at 3 pounds. I grew Kellogg's Breakfast, Lancaster, German, Black Krim. I mean, I have tomatoes bigger than the size of my hand. I will go all winter without eating a tomato and just wait for that first tomato to come in the garden. I make
Yeah.
my own salsa. I canned my own gravy. I did dilly beans this year. Yeah, so I've learned a tremendous amount from starting this channel last year. The only thing that was recommended was to put homestead on the end of the name because I cook, I bake, I can, and I have a lot of gardens.
Right.
And when I asked why should I put homestead on the end of it, and they said you don't have to have animals to homestead. If you're preserving, you're doing things all naturally, you're baking, it fits within that same realm. I mean, the end goal for me would be to be a homesteader fully. I would love it. It's just a matter of I might have to move out of Pennsylvania in order to do that.
Right. Right. Yeah. Me and Tammy wants to be where we can keep doing what we're doing. My wife enjoys it. I enjoy it to some extent, but I I enjoy it a little bit. Like I'm good with silking corn for about 100 ears of corn. After 100 ears of corn, I'm done with silking corn. I am done.
Right.
So then I enjoy giving away corn. I get as much enjoyment out of that as I do using it because usually the people you give it to are people that actually going to process it right and eat it. You know what I'm saying? And they appreciate that
Yeah.
home.
I was getting so much bounty last year that it was all over the dining room table. It was all over the counters. As fast as I was processing it, the more was coming in. I couldn't even give it away. A friend of mine had said, oh, why don't you do a little farmer stand? But you can't there, you know. But it made me relate to farmers. Because by the time November rolled around and I was picking out those last tomatoes, and usually we have frost by like October 19th, these tomatoes were still going till October like 10th. I got to the point where like, I'm done. Got all the tomatoes off, which was a whole big pot of green tomatoes that still weren't ripe. And I basically ripped it all out. I focused on processing and preserving because I'm always about grow what you eat. And I needed a break. I was like, I can totally relate to a farmer who kills themselves for all those months that when winter comes around, that's their downtime to relax.
Yeah. Now you could probably barter some of your canned stuff for other things. I mean, I know that we got a lady in our church before we started making our salsa. Every year for pastor appreciation, she would make me homemade salsa. And
Nice.
now I give her, or me and Tammy gives her tons of tomatoes so she can make salsa for other people. And she tips me by giving me salsa. I still love her salsa. It's homemade. It's good. I don't think it's as good as mine. That's all I want to say. No, I'm just kidding. It is good. I like it. I want to tell you, I think I have mastered the perfect salsa. Do what?
Well, I just did my live. I do my live every Sunday at 8. And I had an enormous pot. I mean, I can't even make it up. That was filled with just all San Marzano tomatoes. I've already canned probably about 8 jars of sauce, gravy, whatever anybody wants to call it. I've done about 4 jars of salsa. Yesterday, I made homemade pico de gallo out of the tomatoes. So I still have tomatoes on the stove cooking currently so that I can make and can some more gravy. But this year was the first year that I made like dilly beans, and I just started a process where if you have a lot of herbs, say like rosemary, thyme, sage, oregano, clip it, and then put some salt in a food processor, throw all the herbs in there, give it a grind, put it in a mason jar with the lid off to make sure it's fully dry. And you can have that all winter long. It goes on beef and chicken. Love it. So,
Wow.
I do the best that I can do. I do the best I can do with my videos. I just got a GoPro Hero 7 Silver Christmas time, and it came with no instructions. And I did a very simple recipe of refrigerated cucumbers, well, for pickles, and it broke it into 3 videos. I asked my subscribers, do you just want to see it? Because I know personally, I don't want to see something that's broken into 3 pieces. They're like, look, put it out there and put them all out there at once. So I am trying to learn how to use this GoPro as far as timing is concerned. I don't have an editing software. I do everything from my phone or from my laptop. And I just try to make the best out of, I just love the people that I've met in different communities. Meant to be RVing is amazing. I go over to their channel. Anything that has to do with RVing or camping, because I don't know where this road is going to lead, but I eventually have to find something. You know what I'm saying?
I would about
So,
guarantee you, if you get you an RV and set it up somewhere where there's other RVers, you could probably make a good side hustle selling other RVers fresh fruit and vegetables
for
vegetables
sure,
out of your
for
garden.
sure.
Yeah.
Like I was even growing cantaloupe, and I don't even like cantaloupe, but my
Ah,
kids
I
like
love
it.
cantaloupe. I can eat one by
But
myself
you know
for
what?
breakfast.
But you know what happened? It must have cross pollinated because one plant gave me a honeydew, cantaloupe, and baby watermelons. Never experienced that before until last year. So, if you put some things close together, different tomatoes, they can sometimes cross pollinate and turn into something else.
Wow.
But, on my Instagram, I post it and I sometimes will show on my lives that these tomatoes, I don't have really big hands, but they're like bigger than the size of my hands.
Wow.
Huge, huge. And we just
Wow.
had a tornado here last Tuesday, and I went down to the garden center and it did cause some havoc. But, I pinned the tomato plants up the best I could. And, a couple weeks ago, I pulled out old zucchini and old cucumber, dropped some more seeds in to try to get another concession of vegetables. So,
Wow. So we got a bunch of people that just came in. Rattle trap fishing. They said they followed you over here. Are they friends of yours?
yeah, yeah. I go on to Rattle Trap Fishing's live. He's
Yeah.
amazing
Sheriff
because
Buford T.
I do
Cletus.
fish.
Go ahead.
I'm
I'm
just
sorry.
one of them women that are into everything. I like to fish, I garden. I just think gardening for me is a form of therapy. It's
Oh yeah.
relaxing. I deal I deal with anxiety issues. It is hard work, but I was never afraid to get my hands dirty and, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
I could be out there 6 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock at night, exhausted, eat dinner, go to bed, do it all over again.
Yep. There's Sheriff Buford T. Cletus. Barefoot RV Live. Let's see here. Northwood RV Live. Maybe I won't miss anybody. I'm trying to go over the ones I done seen. Judith Davis.
Oh yeah, that's my girl Judith. She sent me a care package in the mail when I was staying in a tent on just like some quickie things to eat, but it got here a week late. But she is a sweetheart from Mississippi, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm thin. My nerves are shot. And now she just sent me a care package with snacks in it because she's trying to get me fat.
Oh, wow. Let's see here. Weekend RVing came in. So just I want to throw out, and I seen where Diana had posted the warning about bringing people up on your live streams. Don't bring any people up on your lives unless you know who they are, unless you can see them. I made that mistake once and I didn't have any problem, but didn't think about it. Actually, it was somebody that had been on a lot of lives. But anyway, Diana had a bad experience last night live by doing that. So do not bring anybody up on your live stream unless you can see who it is and you know them, or you might get the same result she did. And so just a warning out there. Thanks to her for putting that out there too. So a lot of people are afraid to admit their mistakes, and she didn't know. Nobody knew. That also happened to Jerry Holly as well. So let's see who all else has come in. Texas Family Camping's coming in since I've said anything. His Way Homestead. Flow Momentum is in the house. By the way, if anybody's looking for a nice bike, Flow Momentum's got his for sale. It is beautiful. And if you want to see it, go to his Facebook page. I think it's KT Flow Momentum. I'm not sure. Anyway, maybe Flow Momentum might be able to drop the link to that. But anyway, let me see. Flow Momentum is not even listed as a moderator. Flow Momentum.
I'll see if I can find it. I've got him on Facebook.
I added him so he could drop that link as well. So we are, let's see here, let's go on down. JTS Outdoor Life. I think I said hi to you guys. I'm trying to get up here and make sure I say hi to. If I ever miss anybody, it is definitely not on purpose. I try to greet everybody, but this chat goes fast, and I try to spend my time talking to our guests as much as we can. Rev Tommy come in the house. Linda Barker's here. So, all right. So let me get back to our guest here. And like I said, if I missed you, I'm sorry. It was no intent. So I guess where you live is sort of city. You don't have a lot of, you don't live in the rural area. You live more in the city area, I guess.
I'm right outside of the city. I'm in a township.
I got you.
So there's like the city, and then it breaks off into township.
Well, I lost that last part.
I'm not in the city. I'm outside the city in what's known as townships. They're all broken up into different townships.
I got you. So, so you do the canning, you do the vegetables and stuff. And so what is some of your favorite stuff to bake? You said you talked about baking stuff. So what do you like to bake?
Everything. I went to industrial baking school, so I do like, when I went to industrial baking school, it wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be, because I thought it would be more of like a smaller, intimate type of thing. And instead I was going in, putting out, 10,000 sticky buns or 10,000 cinnamon rolls. So with cheesecakes and tiramisus and cookies and pastries and I just love it all. And I'm as skinny as can be, but when it comes to desserts, love them. Absolutely love them. I bake, I have a dough that makes an awesome pepperoni bread. Awesome. It's great for football games, baseball games. It's like the length of my arm, and you can feed a lot of people off of that. And I will put pepperoni, provolone cheese in there, and then on another one, I'll do like provolone, Genoa salami, and pepperoni. I'm telling you, you can very easily feed 100 people on that, and then just make some marinara sauce on the side, dip it in, delish. As far as
Sounds
cooking is
amazing to
concerned,
me.
I've always just had a knack for cooking. When my kids were growing up, I didn't open a box of fish sticks. We would do angel hair pasta with fresh roasted tomatoes with garlic and lump crab meat on there. So my kids definitely have a palate, and my one son is definitely taking after his mama because he's a very, very good cook. So.
Well, there's not much food I've ever slid away from the table. And you tell that from Fat Boy here. I love food. There's K&R Destinations in the house, and Roy and Becky Travels in the house, and Rhonda D is in the house.
And someone I haven't seen before, Cray, now I lost it. Cray Spearfishing Adventure.
Yeah, I see that. Welcome, guys. Maybe I didn't miss anybody else. All right, good deal. We're building up. We're up to 25 this morning. Good deal. So, if you was to have an RV, is there places around there you can set it up and full time?
Well, there are some, I would probably have to camp. But I just saw like a camper trailer that I think was like $1,000. I don't know. And it would probably either have to be put in like a mobile home type community. I'm not really familiar with that. I'm just trying to figure out what's my next step going to be. Is there a way I could come up with the money to do like, because I do have a Chevy Trailblazer. It's either live in my vehicle or try to find something else. Would prefer like it doesn't have to be an enormous camper trailer, but even like a camper trailer, you know, and maybe do like a little redo on something like that, but it would definitely keep a roof over my head. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to look around, but I was one of those people that was paying the rent at my place, and now I feel foolish like I shouldn't have been paying it because either way they got me out during COVID anyway. So I think what is her name? Minnie started a GoFundMe page, but that got lost out in La La Land. I've been very transparent about my situation from day one, and now I'm just staying with someone temporarily and trying to get rides down to the garden centers, to try to garden and picking a lot of beans and just, it's just been crazy. It's a whole
Rhonda,
different way of life. I've never experienced this before.
yeah. Rhonda D, our destinations, she does car life. She lives in her car and loves it. I don't know if she plans on upgrading, but she really loves the car life, and she's done it really well. That is that's always an option. If you have a Blazer, that would be bigger than what Rhonda lived in. Uh, I've seen people do it. Matter of fact, we had a guy here locally that lived in his, and he bought a car topper from us, and just for storage space, you know.
Well, I do have 2 storage units, but yeah, so all my stuff is in storage except some necessities. The game plan was going to be, which, a few of my friends disagreed with, but what did they think was going to happen? I said from day one, I'm going to be in a tent. So the idea was I was going to be in a tent for the summer and then maybe come here for the winter months. But it kind of didn't work out like that. I had the tent back pretty far in the woods, and I had to bring it out a little further just to be able to get some reception to do a live from there.
Right.
Townships are very different. Even though it's common area, it's woods, they have a volunteer that maintains the grass, and somebody said, "Oh, it looks like you're camping in somebody's backyard." I was like, "Listen, if you saw the backyard here, you would see what a real yard looks like with some dogs, you know?" So,
Yeah.
I mean, that was the game plan, was to stay there a little bit longer. One, I needed a break from all the packing and the stress, and it was quiet, it was beautiful, and, me mentally being so strong-willed, I think I could have done it during the summer, and then I would have had to figure something else out. But a friend of mine pulled up and said, "Take the tent down. You're, gonna come to," it's not his house, it's his roommate's house. And you could stay here till like August sometime. So, and I'm like, well, that was a waste. I should have just stayed in the tent.
Yeah. So, well, seems like you still keep going forward or try to keep going forward. That's the main thing in life is not taking our setbacks as a done deal. Have to take it, as a challenge and then fight through it. And that seems to be the attitude you've got is fight through it.
I'm trying to do that. I mean, I'm human like everyone else, and I had a couple days where I just couldn't believe the predicament I was in. Felt a little depressed, and then Miss Judith Davis called me on the phone and said she would say lots of prayers for me. And yeah, so I've always been the type of person, no matter what, as a single mom, always get up every day, try to find something to smile about, and just keep going. So that is my outlook. I am an Aries. I do have a backbone, and I'm strong-willed, and this is happening for whatever reason, and God's leading me to somewhere else. Where
Yeah.
that's going to be, I'm not exactly sure.
Right. There's our endeavor coming in the house. Hey guys, nursing our travel bug. You got it right. What a story it is, and it is. It's a story. That's what life's about. We get one shot at this book. We write it however we decide to write it. Sometimes we don't get to write things in it that we'd really like to, but that's the good thing about life is we pick paths every day. We have a big choice of paths we take every day. And so, depending on what path we take, decides what our future is. And it's daily. It's not just we get to choose a path once a year or choose a path once a month. No, every day in the decisions we make, that choosing a different path. And so we have to decide. And a lot of times we do it without thinking, and that's okay. That just we go with what's easy. But sometimes we get to a group of paths and they're all tough, and we have to choose the one that we think got our best future in it. And sometimes maybe it's not the easiest path, but I always I love movies about knights and kings, and if you'll ever watch movies and even read history, some of the greatest knights in history, before they went down in a battle, they might have been injured, but they kept fighting. And some of the greatest knights in
Well,
history were injured in battle and kept fighting. And that's what I've always wanted to be. I've always wanted to be that knight that fought through the pain and the injury, and in the end, have something. Of course, being a Christian, I've always wanted the Lord to look down at the end of my time and say, you fought a good fight, and that
yeah.
means not letting our injuries keep us down. That means getting back up, shoving our sword in the ground, picking ourselves up, and keeping on.
Well, I was a history major, but I think my childhood and the things that occurred in my childhood, like I lost my mom, I was 1, she was only 28. I was 3, I lost my dad. I think that has made me who I am, as you were saying, like a knight fighting through it. I always felt like okay, God's putting me through another test. What does this mean? And why? Like, I've already been through enough that I try not to question that anymore and just go with it. But, people that know me, I'm very outspoken. I don't believe in lying. I just say it like it is. If you want my opinion, I will give it to you. But
Right.
it may come off a little brassy, but it's not meant with any malice intent whatsoever. I'm
Right.
about as loyal as they come, friendship wise. I mean, we're getting older. You live and learn who your real friends are. And I saw real quick when I was being
Oh,
put
yeah.
out of my rear end on who was there for me and who wasn't. Trust me when I tell you that. So in my book of life, I forgive them. Doesn't mean I'm going to be friends with them. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I feel
Right.
like YouTube, it just astonishes me that a total stranger, not saying that in a bad way,
Right.
can have a bond towards me and send me a care package of like Whitebees and granola bars and, masks and things I could use in a tent. I had a Michael Sherman gardening and woodworking send me $100 stove. It just so happened I was taken out of that tent, within a week. And then the packages came to here a week late. I mean, let me tell you something. I just feel like not everyone has to be blood, you know?
Right.
Family becomes family. And I've
Right.
become quite fond and very close to quite a few people. And I'm just extremely grateful to YouTube and the people that want to follow along on my little flubbers or,
That's right.
when I got asked to do this show, I was like, wait, does he know I garden organically and I'm about preserving and being self-reliant? She said, yeah, he's into different genres. I was like, okay. Can't
Yeah.
deny the factor that I was a little nervous, but I knew I would pull it off because I
Yeah,
go into your
there's
life.
William Dixon. There's I think I said hi to Roy and Becky. If I didn't, hey Roy and Becky. There's Bob's Adventures on Wheels. I seen him come through a while ago and
I
forgot to
Bob's
say hi.
Adventure. I love Bob's Adventure. I hop in and watch them and support them.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy. Me and him talk a lot behind the scenes. We message each other behind the scenes a whole lot. So hopefully I didn't miss anybody on that last group of people. I'm trying to scroll up and see. I'm trying to do better greeting everybody, but hey, I am going to miss somebody, and just don't be offended if I miss you. So uh, until you sit on this side, you don't have a clue. And even with all the help I got out here, it's still hard. There's Living Light RV in the house. Hey guys, so we've got 27 people in the house. So we're about to get into our first hour. Woohoo! So yeah, I was amazed when I started YouTube about how I thought it would be me against the world, and it's not. It's me with all my new family members against the world, and my family grows every
I'm,
day.
I'm just finding that out. I'm just finding that out from a handful of people who know the story. And like I said, I've been very transparent with the channel. I'm always apologizing because where I stay temporarily, someone works third shift. So I'm doing videos in the kitchen, whispering. So, but I'm still moving forward. I'm still trying to put out content and just, picking my head up every day. So, but my love is to eventually become a full-fledged homesteader. But this whole gardening experience has woke me up big time. I mean, I've gardened for years and years, but until I went to seeds and listened to a quote that said, "You're never broke as long as you have seeds." And let me tell you, there's Christmas time rolls around last year, and I was asking for seeds for Christmas.
That's a winner, ain't it? Yeah, yeah. My dad gave
And
us.
I've had a few channels. I've had a few channels. I went into, I think it was Garden for Cheap. I'll never forget this. Great person. I don't get over there as much as I should. It's like my first time in there. She said, "Oh, hi, Bake a Leg, and let's dig it. Where are you from?" And I said, "Pennsylvania." And she said, "Are they checking the mail? Are you stopping getting seeds?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I had people, Kate's Kitchen, sending me seeds, some southern seeds, honey, that I can't get here. I was like blown away. I couldn't even believe it. They just stepped up real quick. What's your address? We're going to send you out some seeds. And that just told me right then and there what that whole community was about, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. It's been amazing how I've seen people reach out not only to me but to other people in our community in different ways. I say we all prop everybody or each other up. We try to prop each other up, and we all try to grow together, and that's what I like about it. There's camping therapy. We was talking about her this morning. There she comes in the chat, and make sure I didn't miss anybody else. But talk about another superstar channel, Living Light RV, is in the house, and they're one of those big channels that don't forget about their roots and come by and check out all the little channels. So I appreciate
I've
that.
always said that.
We've had their
I've always
daughter
said
here.
if I ever get a lot of subscribers, or you become, I'm not looking to become like a superstar YouTuber. I feel like I really busted my butt a lot. I was at 300 a couple times, and then YouTube does what it does. But for me, down the road, yes, it'd be another form of income, which would be a major help. But just the community and the people, I will never forget where I came from when it comes to YouTube.
Yeah.
Jason Crocker and Jaylena Crocker used to write me on Instagram, and I'm like, well, how do you do this? Or what camera are you using? I'm currently just doing everything from my phone. And I'll never forget what he said. We all started at zero.
That's
So
right.
you got to start somewhere. And one day
Yeah.
I just turned my phone on. Of course, it was held the wrong way, but I just turned my phone on, and I've never looked back. I've just keep trying to learn and improve.
Yeah. So yeah, Living Light RV, we appreciate them coming in. We had their daughter on a few days ago, and that was an awesome interview. And man, I can't wait to follow her journey as well. And looks like Purple Tube. I don't know if I said hi to them. And let me see here. I thought I seen somebody else come in. Oh, Camping Therapy asked what we were saying. Oh, let me say hi to Kenneth Oakes right quick. He just came in the door. Camping Therapy, what you missed is Melody had been thinking about buying an RV and redoing it to live in. And I said that you buy and trade on little campers, and she might learn a little bit about what to look for when buying one and how to go about when you redo stuff. You might have a lot of tips. And I told her I'm sure you would share your wealth of knowledge when she started looking and maybe started remodeling and what to look for. So, but anyway, yeah, that's what we were talking about. Speaking of Simple Life Reclaim, Melody, guess who just come in the door?
Mel's are, she's great. Mel and Gary, I'm Melody, she's Melanie.
Yeah,
we redheads stick together.
Her husband's Gary and I'm Gary. So I love their channel. That's another big channel that's come in the door, and they're growing. I think they're over 4,000 subscribers, and wow, they got a rock star channel. They're friends of the Crockers as well, and I appreciate them coming in. They have been, for those that don't have them, that's a cool video series they've been doing, ain't it, Melody? Redoing that fifth wheel. That's been awesome. So, but glad to have them.
I've been watching. We talk. They tend to come into my lives on Sunday because I go live every Sunday, 8 Eastern. And if they're not exhausted from their redo, they come on in. They were there when I announced I was going to have to leave my home. I felt like a popsicle because I so started crying. She said, honey, it makes you a real person. I'll never forget that. So I'm so fond of Mel and Gary. It's just unbelievable because there's so many channels that make it big, and they always say like, oh, we'll never forget the little people. But at the end of the day, they really do. I don't see Simple Life Reclaimed being like that.
No,
You know, they don't
they're-
have to come into my life, and they do.
I
She
know it. They
always
come
says,
into
I hope
ours
you're
a lot.
having a
I was
yeah, she's
talking.
like, she'll write me, I hope you're having a good day today, hon. She's just a sweetheart. Her and Gary are great. Can't say anything negative about them at all.
Me and my wife, we were we were forced into downsizing through government shutdowns and rules that they have that affect our business. And so we're forced into downsizing. And about the time we realized that we were just going to have to make the decision to sell and financially downsize, it may not be, I don't know what it's going to look like. But anyway, about that time we met Simple Life Reclaimed, and they actually came on our show, and they have been a big inspiration. And that's something I encourage all channels to be. You may not realize it. You may not only have but 100 subscribers, but you can, if you have 100 subscribers, you're inspiring somebody. And Simple Life Reclaimed and a lot of these other channels, they inspire and give us all, people like me that's been forced into downsizing, which we've always talked about doing that, but now we're to the point we have to do that. uh, Channels like that inspire me and my wife to know that it's okay. It's going to be okay on the other side. And have you ever, I use this a lot, but have you ever just said that maybe I need a new group to be around? I need a group that encourages simple living versus a group that encourages living the high life. I love all my friends and all my business friends and stuff, but it helps a lot if your group of friends is living the life that you want to live. Simple life, easy life, less stuff, more freedom. And you need to surround yourself. Growing up, I always surrounded myself with successful people, and there's still nothing wrong with that. But you need to surround yourself with people that are in the place that you want to be in. And that is why I
I
love
think,
YouTube. I couldn't do that in my community.
well, I feel like there's some people currently in my life that don't get it. I mean, I've talked about possibly if I could get like a canvas tent, if you know what I'm talking about, one of those thick ones. You could put a wood burning stove in it. I've talked about a tiny home before. Now this happened. So I'm like, okay, God has some kind of plan. Do I belong in a canvas tent with like a wood stove in the wintertime? If funds were more easily available, I just feel like I am a survivor. I just have to figure it out. Like, what's the next step? But I don't have people in my life that agree, per se, even with the gardening aspect. Like I just told you the story earlier when my daughter was like, "Oh, mom, I think it's a waste of time. It raises up the electric bill." And I said, "Well, when's the last time you ever saw a chocolate pepper or, a sweet orange tomato?" And she's like, "Never." I said, "That's exactly my point." And
Yeah.
believe it or not, I was already putting out videos on how to do seeds, how to store beans and rice, because my mentality was always there to always be prepared. Bingo, the virus happened, and I wasn't struggling for anything because
Right.
it's just how I live in my everyday life, you know?
Right.
So I was trying to teach people, I think it's a garden series in my playlist on how to get seeds, how to get them to germinate, how to grow seeds, how I store my beans, my rice. And it was just a coincidence that I had an amazing gardening last year, froze a lot, canned a lot, and then guess what? We were kind of like locked in, nothing was opened, and I was able to survive off of that. So for me now personally, I'm a little on the thinner side. I don't like being cold, but I've been looking into either some type of small little camper. I don't know if you know Miranda Lambert, but she always likes those small little campers. I don't know what they're called. She likes to travel on the road with them. Something small like that that I can put on the back of my hitch on my SUV, or getting one of those white canvas tents with one of those wood burning stoves. I would
Yeah.
do it.
Uh,
If I could camp full time, I probably would.
yeah. I love that. I don't know what level I would want to do. I don't. I think me and Tammy would live a good life full time in our RV. Uh, Me and Tammy have survived 4 national emergencies while we were self-employed. So our retirement has took a hit several times during our 32 years of marriage. So with that being said, me and Tammy could live not only a happier life full timing, or maybe a small home on a piece of property somewhere, a more simple life, and that is makes us happy to think about that because it gives us not only a financial freedom, but it also gives us a freedom of this is ours. We can make what we need, and we don't have to rely on the world for that. And the freedom of that. I seen Michael and Shelly post the other day they had sold their home and they're full-time RVers officially. And they said the freedom from just saying that was just unreal.
Yeah, I would like to be able to do what I want. I don't have a lot of bills. I've, just whatever I had when I was living in the townhouse, but, the debt-free lifestyle, I'm not far from that. It's just a matter of income and just deciding, like, where is this next path going to take me? I want to be able to garden the way I want to garden and not have somebody say, like, oh, well, you can't do that there.
Right.
And I don't have a problem with being off grid or anything like that. I'm not scared of those type of things. It's just a matter of figuring out where God's path is going to lead me, So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yep. There is a lot of those older model campers that are tight that just need to be redone. But I do know that there's a big collection.
Right? Simple Life Reclaimed just said she could see me in a 1970s vintage. She nailed it.
The problem with that now
I could do that.
RV sales.
Kind of like those old.
Yeah.
They're like the little oval ones. It's just a matter of, I don't know, finding a spot to put it or permanently just camp. I would be okay with that as long as I have a little space heater. I would be good. Where I'm at now is just temporary, and we'll just have to see where it leads me. In the meantime, while I'm in someone else's home, I am, and I always say this, I'm still preserving food for my future.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where that's going at the moment. And I take that run down there once a week, every Saturday, to clean up the gardens, plant more seeds, harvest lots of stuff. I get a really big harvest out of there. So my encouragement to anyone that is buying plants from like a box store is to just get seeds. It's so much cheaper. I got so many seeds. Honestly, I think the first time I ordered was from M.I. Gardner, and I'm not sponsored by him to say that. And I think it was like $43 from my friend Brian. And then this Christmas, my friend, who used to be my friend Jay, he said, what do you want? Do you want an editing software or do you want seeds? I didn't pick the editing software because my laptop's a little outdated and it won't, the editing software will not work with my laptop. So I said seeds. And this time it was $78 worth of seeds. Like, I'm a happy camper with lots of seeds. This year I started saving seeds. I have a couple of YouTube subscribers that have never had a chocolate pepper before. So I took all the seeds off and dried them, said, drop me your address and I'll send you out some of those seeds. So I'm just getting into seed saving this year as well.
That sounds amazing. New Horizons just come in the door. And let's see here. See if anybody else come in the door. Hey, William, if you don't care, put your question in the chat so we can keep everything rolling. There's Homestead Aquarius. I think I forgot to say hi to them as well. And maybe Texas Family Camping. I don't know if I ever said hi to you guys. So Maybe I didn't miss anybody. So I was them little bitty campers, them things. I've been looking at them just for fun on the internet. Wow, them things have gone out the roof in price. Even one that needs to be restored is pretty pricey.
Yeah, I need something somehow that's affordable, and then just take it from there. That's the problem. I think I saw one camper trailer, and I think it was $3,000 that I don't have. So,
Right.
just keep trying to look. And, I would rather buy it outright than have to put it in, say, like the trailer park and then pay the lot. I don't know. So I'm either going to be in a canvas tent with a wood burning stove like a Jason Crocker did in the winter when he up and left Texas, or I don't know, maybe I can find something, you know?
I think with your determination, I think you'll be able to find something. Camping Therapy backed up what I was saying. Have you seen those little Scamp trailers? She bought one for $3,500, and of course, I'm sure she decorated and fixed it up and resold it for $8,900. That's how collectible them
Wow.
things have gotten to be. I knew that there's a big. I looked at one yesterday on Facebook, I think it was, just scanning through the classifieds, and somebody had one and it needed restored, and they wanted $8,000. It wasn't a scamper; it was one of the old metal, the little small metal ones, metal sided ones. But anyway, it is uh, it's amazing how high them things are getting. William Dixon wants to know what part of
Even the RVs
Pennsylvania.
are expensive. Even the RVs are expensive. I went on and looked at a few, and I've seen some that were like $64,000. I'm like, if I had $64,000, I'd be living somewhere else, you know?
Yeah,
I'm
William,
going to try to just see what I can do between like 1,000, maybe 2,000, and see how that goes. But yeah, so in the
uh,
meantime,
yeah, William Dixon wants to know what part of Pennsylvania are you from?
Bucks County,
Box County. Gotcha. Let me
like
see here.
like the bucks that you shoot. It's Bucks County.
Oh, I got you, Bucks County. I got you.
Bucks? Oh, I thought she said Fox.
Yeah, it's Bucks like a
Yeah.
deer.
I wondered if I did the antlers, you could get it.
Let's see here. Happy play, yeah, camping. I was trying to read over the chat, see if somebody.
We were just talking about the little Scamp trailers. I love those. We saw
I
so
like them too.
many of those when we were traveling for that couple of weeks. I told Jesse if we'd have known, we could have made a game out of it and counted them. I would say we saw over a dozen of those out on the road. It was crazy, but they're neat little campers. I like them.
So, Melody, Camping Therapy suggested a Facebook page.
Okay.
Southern
Of
Trailers.
mine or theirs?
I don't know.
Southern Vintage Trailer Friends on Facebook.
If nothing else, you might get ideas in case you buy one.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, I looked into free.
I see a big future for you. And sometimes I notice that when a channel is going through trials on YouTube, that's when the channel sees its biggest growth, because they love seeing fighters, like people that don't give up and fight through their hard times. I think some of those, if you look at Box Van D, for instance, she started out living in a car. She's got a troubled past. Yeah, she's got probably 7 or 8, maybe more thousand subscribers. I don't know how many she's got. She got a bunch of subscribers. And she was just a little bitty channel that had a rough past, that lived in a car, that moved her way up, and now she lives in a box van, and she, she's known by a lot of people. And she makes it because she never gave up. She never let what other people thought get her down. There's whoa
Right.
Nelly on it.
Where I'm at now is temporary, and if I
Yep.
have to live in my SUV, I will live in my SUV. But in the meantime, while I'm here, I still try to put out content and do, as many videos as I can. I usually will do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I do a garden tour. If I have a huge harvest, I show that, and then I go live at Sundays at 8 Eastern. So I'm still trying. Thank God for YouTube, to be honest with you, because it's given me another outlet. Um, Even when the virus was going on and I was doing these longer videos and trying to teach people how to do seeds, how to plant them, I felt like it was company and I was talking to friends, and it really made the time go by faster, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
because I was quarantined alone with two little pups. So that was tough. But
Yeah.
this is even tougher now. So we'll have to see what comes out of this journey here.
Yeah. I think it'll all be good. I think it'll all be good for sure. Let's see here. Any more questions for our guest out here? You've had a good following. Yeah. Simple Life Reclaimed made a good statement. You got to have thick skin and never give up, because what
That's
the
right.
world around you wants for you or thinks what's best for you is not always what's best for you.
That is so
Even
true. So true.
even on YouTube, you
Because
got to
like I
have
said,
thick
there's
skin.
people there's people in my life that just don't even get the whole gardening thing. And I'm like, would you rather go spend the money at the supermarket or a box store or just put a little effort in? And I mean, they just don't even relate to that. They get stuck in a rut and they want to just keep doing the same thing over and over again. I mean, yes, I've always been thin, but I've lost a little weight due to the stress and everything. But I always like to stay busy. I like to be doing something, you know? I don't like to sit around on my behind and just be bored out of my mind. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm just gardening away and just trying to stay positive. I do deal with anxiety disorder, so gardening for me, like the doctor says, is a huge form of therapy, and I absolutely love it. Someone asked me to come stay with them. That's like 45 minutes from here. They have an HOA and said, we'll sacrifice gardening for 5 years. I said, never. I couldn't see myself not growing a tomato for 5 years. Can't do it.
Yeah.
So, I had to decline that offer because I want to be able to grow my own food.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That goes back to those. We have to choose our path and not let anybody else choose our path.
That's
But
right.
with
And
that
it's all
being,
about being self-reliant. It's all about being self-reliant,
yep.
grow what you eat, preserve what you grow, and plant everything by seed. That's my motto on my channel. So
Yeah.
now the channel could take a couple different turns due to my situation, but I think I would like to say that I have some loyal subscribers.
Yep.
It took me a while to get to, I think I'm at 300, but I've been there before where I should have been there before. And YouTube's just all little cray cray with the number adjustings. So, I really do feel like I bust my butt, and, I just want to keep the channel going. I'm not all into just one thing. I don't just follow all the gardeners. I follow
Right.
the tiny homes, the Appalachian House, Simple Life Reclaimed, Jared Crocker, Roots and Refuge, Voon. I follow big channels and I follow smaller channels.
That's right.
And, if I was to become successful on YouTube one day, I'll still be following the smaller channel and
Yeah.
helping them and promoting them because that's how I feel as if it should be.
Yeah. We got Melody's link running in the chat too, so you guys go by and check her out and check her channel out, and if you like it, then sign up with her. So that'd be awesome, and help
Yeah, if
support
you
her
like lots
channel.
of food, if you
Do
like
I?
lots of food recipes, or cheesecake, or some fattening food, it's on there.
Woo, cheesecake, man! I love cheesecake.
Yeah,
Well,
me too.
listen,
I'm
Melody.
I'm funny. I do a cheesecake in the wintertime. It's like that sticks to your ribs kind of cheesecake. But then I just not that long ago put out my spring cheesecake, which is like has lemon in it. It's light and airy. You can eat 5 pieces and I feel like you have to go to bed and go to sleep, I'm
Wow.
Irish as can be, but some people wonder if I have a speck of Italian in me because I can put out a mean Italian dinner, honey. So
Wow. So if you like food, go check her out. Well, listen, Melody, it was awesome that you come and joined us today. I wish you luck
thank you
on
so
all of
much.
your future endeavors. And I know that it's going to work out. It might not be the way you see it, and it may be the way you see it. I don't know. My life is taking a turn that I didn't see at 51. But, we just have to roll with it and make the best
Me
of it. And
neither.
I
I'm
know you will.
53. Me
We just
neither.
have,
I'm 53 and I didn't think this was going to happen. So,
well, you're a fighter. I can tell by talking to you, and I know you're going to do well. And I'm going to follow along on your journey. And I know a lot of these other people already do follow along on your journey. And so we are going to let you go, and we are going to keep running your link in the chat. And so hopefully maybe we can help build your channel a little. A lot of our people, I think, already had you. We have a lot of homesteaders in here that knew you. I seen Castle Hive come through and say, "Hey, Mel," earlier today. So I think they
yeah,
already knew you.
Castle Hive sent me some onions. This is the first year I'm growing onions. He usually will come into my lives. I'm friends with the bee people, the RVers, the campers. So I kind of advertised like, oh, I got amazing news. And it was for like 2 lives ago. And I mentioned the factor that I was asked to be on your channel. And I was like, oh, it's so exciting, but nerve-wracking though too. But super excited to be here. And this has been totally fun.
Well, we've enjoyed it, and I wish you the best of luck. And we'll be praying for a great outcome in this situation that
No,
you're in.
thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
I really, really appreciate this opportunity. It means more than I can say, honestly.
All right. Well, you have a great day, and we're going to let you get back to whatever you were doing, and we're going to let some people meet and greet and have a good time. And thanks for coming on. It was nice meeting you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. And thank you, Happy Place Camping, for getting in touch with me. I really appreciate it. Gary, you're amazing. Thank you. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you around soon.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Wow. What an interview. What a story. That book is going to be an interesting read one of these days, I can tell. I see a lot of Box Band D in her as far as she still has the fight, and she don't let her circumstances slow her down. Yeah, like she said earlier today, we're all human, so circumstances does get us down sometimes. But the key to that is not letting it keep us down. And yeah, and so Kent, I've done had 2 rounds of coffee, and we've got to figure out how to get some of your custom made coffee to Alabama so I can drink some and talk about it and tell everybody how great it is. I'm sure it's good if you like it. So, because you must like it because you made it. So, it sounds awesome. But anyway, yeah, that's an awesome story so far. She already has. I love her energy as far as keeping her garden going and providing, even though she's not in her own place. It's still pretty cool. There's not a clue fishing. Morning, guys. I don't know if I said hi to you guys. New Horizons. I said hi to her, I think, when she came in. I think I got everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. But so wow, yeah, what a story. I didn't know her channel. Felix hooked us up with that channel, and that is she has an interesting story, an interesting person. So what's up, Felix?
Man, I am tired today. I cannot wake up.
Well, grab another cup of coffee.
I'm still working on my first one. I used my big mug today because I knew I was going to need it. I don't know. I'm just so tired. I guess I didn't sleep very well.
So tonight, guys, don't forget we got Chasing America. Tomorrow we have Britain Family Homestead, which is a channel that's about 20 minutes from where I live. We realized the other day that we were close to each other, and so they're going to be on the show tomorrow. Thursday I won't be on. Kenneth Oakes is going to run a live in the same time slot. So Friday we got Bone Daddy 2. Monday we got Caravanning with our Westies. Tuesday morning we got Roy and Becky. Tuesday night we got Mr. S Travel Quest. Wednesday we have Ava Porterfield. Thursday we have See Our View. And then next Friday we won't have a guest. We're going to try not to have guests on Friday. That's going to be Fun Day Friday. So we're just going to hang out with the whole crew and enjoy just hanging out with you guys on Friday starting that week. And so we got some, don't forget also that Monday, the 24th, we'll have Buddy the Talking. How's that spelled? Pronounced?
Bichon.
Bichon. And then Tuesday night, the 25th. Now, you know me. I love to highlight kids as much as I can. So the 25th of August, we're going to have a 12-year-old coming to sing. Felix and Nettie have both seen her videos. And we are going to have her on. And y'all are going to be blown away. A 12-year-old girl. We share the same last name. She's a Heartline, but I've never met him. Her dad and my dad have the exact same name, first, middle, and last name. Her dad was born and raised in the same area that I am in.
I'm telling you, you guys got to be related.
Yeah, we got to be related. And
there's just too many coincidences.
Yeah, but Felix can testify to what I'm saying. Y'all are going to be blown away, and I would love to have as close to 100 people or more as we can in the chat. August 25th. I'd love to have 100 every time I have a guest. But we got a 12-year-old girl, and we want to blow her away.
Voon would like to know what date that is that she'll be on.
It's August the 25th, that Tuesday night. That's a Tuesday, so we have a morning and night show that week. So it'll be that Tuesday night. So, you know me, I'm partial to promoting these kids, these young kids. All of us adults, you know, I don't know, we've had our chance at fame, I guess, and but this young girl, I think's got a future. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, I would think so.
I talked to her dad on the phone for about an hour the other day, and she's just I think she's got what it takes to go next level.
I didn't even look at like how many views are on her videos, but I was watching a couple of the videos, and I swear I saw one of them float around Facebook a while back, like maybe quite a while back. But
I shared one on Facebook. She sung at a football game near our community. I don't know if I shared it or not. Let me take that back. But anyway, that's how I found her. She sung at a football game in our community.
So I bet I did see her before.
Yeah.
It was the one where it looked like she was maybe at a basketball game or something, singing the national anthem, because it was inside. It was like in a gym. And like, I've seen this before. I know I have. I was just sure I had. But, you know, to me, if you can sing the national anthem, then you can probably sing pretty well, because that is a hard song to sing.
Yep. So there's not many heartlines. I know a lot of y'all out there chatting. There's not many heartlines in this country. There's several in North Alabama. Growing up, I had never heard of a heartline besides me. You know, there's always a dozen Smiths and, you know, different names, but you just don't hear a heartline very, very often. And they weren't many from the start of our country. My understanding, and I've not done a lot, but my understanding is that we're German, and our original name was something else, and it was changed to Heartline because Germans weren't very popular in our country. So, but anyway, camping therapy, I think you may have an issue because I'm running it on a separate device and I'm not getting buffering. So,
me either.
So it may be on your end. I actually do that so I can sort of keep track. So,
Living Light said I should sing the national anthem to wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd wake me up, but it might wake all you up, because that would not sound good.
Mine would wake the dead.
Right.
Any of you guys got any goals y'all want to meet? We'll start the meet and greet right now. So if y'all want to meet and greet, just don't ask somebody to come to your channel. So
and don't say the word sub or subscriber.
Yeah. We just don't want to spam up the chat. So y'all can do a meet and greet from now to the end of the show. If you got a goal you need to meet, or if you need some watch hours, tell us how many you need in the chat. That way everybody will see it. So you might gain a playlist partner. Or if you need some new friends to get you to a mark, let us know that. So we're going to start doing that toward the end of the show every day. That gives plenty of time for people to meet and greet. We'll delete it if you post it before time, and it's nothing mean. It's just we try to keep the stream elements running, so we don't allow it any way during the stream when we have guests on. Now on Fridays we hadn't really decided, but on Fridays we may do it the whole show. I hadn't decided, because if they get used to doing it, everybody gets used to doing it the whole show, then that might be hard to get people not to do it during the week. I don't know. We're not trying to be picky with rules and all that kind of stuff. We're just trying to give our guests the spotlight when we have guests. So I think everybody deserves that respect, and when they're on the screen. So I think that's something we should all challenge to do. So Artist on the Road, I need everything.
So I don't see anybody putting anything in there about their channel.
Let's see here. I don't see anything either. Artist on the Road said they needed everything. Purple Cube said they need tons of watch hours.
Camping Therapy needs 22 to reach 200.
Oh, that's awesome. So if you don't have Camping Therapy, there's you another good channel. She buys and trades on a lot of the little campers. That's pretty cool. Thanks, Homestead Aquarius. We try to do the best we can. Some people don't like it, but
Crazy Shepherd needs watch hours.
You're welcome, Bake a Leg, and let's dig it. And she could use some more friends as well. She's 302. She said she would love to be at 350. So if any of you don't have her and you like her channel, go over there and hit her up. Rayleigh created me 28 to 550. Rayleigh's awesome. Rayleigh is in South Carolina, but he's from right here where I live, within 10 or 15 miles where I live. Living Light RV needs the border to open. Yeah, I hear you. We can't do mission work till they get the border back open.
Timmy Ray wants you to see that comment that he made.
You play my song every morning. I guess you're talking about my song. That's pretty cool. Timmy Ray. That's pretty cool. Oh, Camping Therapy got a new tiny camper Saturday. I got to get over there and catch up on some videos. Crazy Shepherd got their 1K. Good deal. Homestead Aquarius is only 1 million watch hours away from being retired. I hear you. I was telling everybody last night that let me pull it up. That I'm really burning up the woods this month in revenue from advertisements. That's the ads that y'all see at the beginning of the show and during the videos and all that. So this month I took in a whopping $4.04 so far from ad revenue and in YouTube Premium. So in other words, if you have YouTube Premium, we get a cut. If you watch our video, we get a little bitty fee or a little bitty commission out of your YouTube Premium. So this month, y'all know how much money I made off YouTube Premium? I made a grand total of 13 cents. So we're knocking it out of the ballpark.
Aren't you excited?
Oh yeah. Hey. I'm
that's not even a penny a day.
So I've got $4 in ad revenue and 13 cents in premium fees. So if we get to $5, I might could buy a cup of coffee at a store.
Have you talked to Jerry Holly? Do you know if he hit his hours? Because I thought we were all thinking, or did he say maybe after his live tonight he might hit it? I can't remember what he said.
I'm looking at Texas Family Campings.
Yeah, he just said he emailed you about ad stuff.
Did you see my email about how to set your ad revenue?
I'm going to drop some run playlist links in here. So if people need to want to run some playlists, not that you have to, it's just appreciated by those channels.
Yep. So Texas Family Camping, can you send that to me again? I didn't see that. And I was pulling up and I couldn't find it. So if you don't care, send that to me again. I'd like to look at that.
It's not in your spam, is it?
Oh, might have been. Let me go over here and see.
Jerry's email that he sent me the other day, my junk mail. I thought that was so weird because I've emailed him before and I don't know why it did that.
No, I don't have it in my spam either. So I don't know what the deal is. Nettie said, I need to buy you a cup of coffee, Felix. We don't know.
Huh? I need Death Wish coffee or something because that coffee I'm using isn't helping this morning.
I can't tell a difference if I drink it or I don't drink it. That's all I want to say. July 30th for the subject YouTube advice. Let me go over here and see. I never got it. Texas.
I've got like a list of playlist links here. I just keep dropping them and dropping them. I feel like it's never ending.
So Texas Family Camping, I pulled up. Okay, he resent it. All right, I pulled up that date and I didn't see it. All right, I got it now. Oh, I did get that. I just never did watch it, but I don't know why I couldn't find it. I'm going to leave that brought up so I can watch it on my email. Thanks, Texas Family Camping. I'll check that out.
Okay, and I don't like dropping my own link, but the very last playlist link I'm dropping is mine. So,
hey, no harm in that. It's meet and greet. Everybody needs to help everybody.
Yeah, but I feel weird dropping my own link.
Yeah. So, y'all don't forget to come tonight. We got an interesting channel tonight, Chasing America. I think y'all are going to like it. I went over there this morning and watched their intro. I was not a subscriber to their family as well until this morning. So, a lot of these people, Nettie and Felix knows that I don't know. And so I learn them as well. I like it. Texas. Timmy Ray the King. Play my music every morning. That way everybody can hear it. I love it. Did you see Texas Family Camping?
Yeah. Well, you tell your boss.
That's
you have
right.
more important things to do. Yeah, we put a new video out today. It's not anything spectacular, but you know, when we do these vacation things, you know, I'm also doing this as our, you know, video library. I want to be able to go back and watch them when I'm thinking, you know, I want to remember what it looked like when we were at wherever, you know. So it's for us too, but I don't think it was a very long video this morning. I hope not. I try not to make them too long. Sometimes I can't help it because sometimes I just don't want to cut certain stuff out. So
Texas Family Camping. I wished I could, but he gives me more money than anyone I know.
man, he's lucky. My boss doesn't pay me anything.
You don't have a boss, Felix. I know who runs the household there.
I was talking about you.
Like I said, you don't have a boss. I'm just an employee here. Nettie and Felix, and Nettie and Felix is the boss. Jerry will tell you that. They run this show. Nah, they're great to the show. I kid them all the time, and I love them all. Jerry and all you guys. You people in the chat. We didn't have you guys. There wouldn't be no channel. And so, with all the stuff going on in my life right now, there would be no morning show if it weren't for Felix and Nettie. I'll just want to tell you that right now. So, I would have had to pause the show for a while to have got through the last month.
Oh, Gina Payne just rolled in.
Rockstar, Van Life with Gina Payne.
Sleeping in this morning, Gina.
I like that. Good morning, Buttercups. So we are having a meet and greet for the last few minutes of the show. Miss Gina Payne. And we're letting everybody post any goals they've got or any new videos they got coming out. And we're going to start doing that at the end of every show. We don't know how long that'll be every time, but when we announce it, it's open game. So we just asked everybody to wait Do what?
Gina was live last night and she was trying to go for 3 hours, and right towards the end her internet started messing up so bad and she missed it by like what, 3 minutes I think of 3 hours, because it just went and it was gone and everybody was like, oh.
Man, I hope she could get back on to close it out.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like it closed out because I mean it like closed the window and it's like it just, the whole thing just like shut down. But
Wow.
yeah. So anyway, she was trying to stay on for the 3 hours because she actually had a pretty good crowd like the whole time. I missed like the first hour, but she's hoping that will put her over what she needs for watch hours because she was getting really close.
How close are you, Gina Payne? I will always call her Gina Payne.
Me too.
She's the only person that I have her name embedded in my brain.
Yeah. Yeah. Even when I'm talking to Jessie, I'll say Gina Payne. Like she doesn't know who she is. So, I can't help it. It's just, that's what comes out.
Oh, everybody loved Gina. That's what she should change her name to. Everybody loved Gina.
Oh, that would be cute. Oh, I lost who it was.
Judith Britton Farm Homestead. I don't know if I said hi to you guys. They're going to be on our show in a few days, Wednesday.
Judith Davis needs 3 to get to 100.
Let's see here.
So they just need 3 people to get to 100.
So Gina Payne said when she went to bed, she was 360 away.
She did right at 3 hours and was running anywhere from, I would say the average was probably 22, 23 people just averaging it out.
So she probably had 200 watch hours.
Something like that, maybe.
Well, no, you get 20 watch hours per hour, so that'd be 60 watch hours.
20.
So she probably got about
20 hours, though, right?
What? 20 hours per hour if you average 20 people. So it's 20 hours per hour. 3 hours would be 60
I wasn't
hours.
awake.
we get about anywhere between 40 and 50 watch hours a day off the morning show. We have got more. The party on Tuesday night, we had a week. It just said 1 week. When it said watch hours, it said 1 week. That was a lot of watch hours, I'll just say. I have a ton of watch hours. But you are if you do 6 lives a week and videos. So I noticed our me shaving my beard video and keeps getting views. So my video don't tend to do well. They get around 60 to 100. Some I've got 2 videos or 1 actual video that's nearly at 500.
Yeah, Nettie, I remember Gina saying this actually, that she already hit her 1-year anniversary on YouTube, so she needs to get the hours pretty quick before
I need to.
They're going to start falling off, which we're kind of in the same boat a little bit because we hit our year like in May. The only thing was we didn't have like any subscribers, and we started gaining some in September, and then we started really gaining some in December. And so by the time we hit somewhere between September and December, our hours will start falling off too. So we were really hoping to hit ours before December for sure.
Thanks, Gina Payne, for the super chat. Roy and Becky, how many did y'all like? Y'all should be getting close.
Last I saw, they were still needing a little over 1,000, I think, watch hours. Which I don't, that's crazy to me because they do all those lives. I would have thought they would have had theirs by now.
Can y'all hear that?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I do.
I started running, try to get Gina. Everybody that's close, we need to know so we can run them. My computer won't let me run but about one at a time, sometimes two, because my battery, even with the charger hooked in, don't charge as fast as it outputs. So I got Gina Payne's running, and what we try to do, I try to run the ones that are the closest. So if you're close, let me know. Roy and Becky said their newbie hours are killing them.
They said they should be under 1,000 needed now. So
we got 9 minutes, guys. So y'all do your meet and greet. Let's grow a little bit here in the last few minutes. We got, there's a ton of awesome channels in there. We've been blessed today to have a ton of big channels. And they're just like me and you. They're just big and they keep hanging out with us. And I love that about big channels. So, but it's cool to have them in here.
we got Chasing America tonight.
Yep.
And who's tomorrow?
Britton Family Homestead. My neighbors down the road.
I knew that. And then Thursday, no show.
Yep. Kenneth Oakes is going to do one.
And then Friday will be our last
Friday.
interview.
Too. So we're going to try to quit doing live streams on Fridays. Unless something just comes up, just we can't help. We're going to try not to do Friday. We're not going to do Friday guests. That's what I meant to say. We're not going to do Friday guests. We're going to try to have Fun Day Friday where we just all hang out, and we might bring somebody up. We might not. I'm just going to wing it on Fridays. We're going to be old school on Fridays. Hadn't decided yet on the meet and greet if we're still going to do it at the end of the show or we'll do it the whole 2 hours. I don't know. And I may wing that as well. So this show is going to grow and change, and it may be one way today and another way tomorrow, but we try to tweak it so we make it the best we can. So we just have to roll with it. Britton Farm Homestead got a video posting today. Redneck Tree Service. That should be interesting. So Timmy Ray would like his link dropped, I think. Yeah. During our meet and greet, yeah, Timmy, we'll try to drop your links. Anybody or they can just go to your channel if we don't drop your link. So there is no way we'd probably be able to drop everybody's link, but we'll try to rotate out and get everybody's link dropped. Vanderella is in the house. Speaking of Vanderella, don't forget Johnny's Journey follows me tonight. They're an awesome channel. If you're into van life, you have to check out Vanderella and Johnny's Journey. But Vanderella, if you need to know about how to do stuff, like have your own YouTube channel, she breaks it down to about as basic as you get. So go by and check out Vanderella. They're big supporters of about every channel in our community. And like I say, her and Johnny is doing a great van build. It just so happens to be on Johnny's channel. But from what I hear, Vanderella is the brains behind the operation. And Johnny is the technical person behind the operation. But I have been loving watching that series. I think they've got 3 videos in that series, and I've watched every one of them. Matter of fact, I shared one in the community tab. Do what?
Did you see the video they did where they took like cardboard boxes?
Yep.
And yeah, set them in there so like they could see where their cabinet was going to be, or whatever it was they wanted to put in there. I thought
Genius
that was
idea.
brilliant. I was
I
like,
shared that
wow.
video. I shared that video on our community page. I thought van lifers, or even anybody that's redoing any kind of RV, that is a great idea.
Yeah, well, I wish we would have thought of that when we were doing ours, because that would have saved us from planning and replanning and then replanning again. Because but that I thought that was so smart, and I did chuckle because they even drew like the drawers on what looked like would be drawers on the front, and then they drew some.
Yeah.
I can remember on the top, like maybe it was where the sink or something was going to be. But I always thought that was kind of funny. Instead, I was lazy and just wrote on there kitchen cabinet.
Oh yeah, that would have been me. Yeah. Vanderella, I probably said that wrong. Vanderella, I said she's the brain behind the operation. They're both really intelligent, but Vanderella does the research. That probably should have been how I said that. Vanderella researches, and then Johnny figures out how to make it all happen inside the van. Like she does all the building and all the technical aspects of wiring it and everything. Vanderella knows what they need as far as like what kind of refrigerator, like she knows a lot about all the technical details of like the best product out there. It takes somebody to do that, and where the best price place to get the best price is what I was trying to say. There's Wide Family Farm coming in. So we got about 3 minutes left, guys, and we're going to raid. We're raiding RV weekend, right?
No, we're raiding Bob's Adventure this morning.
No, he quit doing them, didn't he?
No, he's back on this morning. He's got guests to finish up that he had scheduled.
Oh, okay. So we're raiding Bob's Adventure.
Understanding. And he does. I said, that is my understanding, is that he still has some people to work through.
Okay.
And so I've dropped his link.
So we're going to be raiding Bob's Adventure. I've been missing out on all that. I can't keep all that straight.
Oh, me either.
So anyway, so we're back to making masks. So we got a store that started selling a bunch of masks. All right. So Nettie said he's going to be on this week. All right, I got the RV weekends. So Bob's going to be on the rest of this week. All right, good deal.
See? I told you.
Yep. All right, guys, don't forget tonight, Chasing America. That's going to be a good interview. That is going to be a good interview. Y'all going to love them. I can tell already. They're just a bunch of goofballs. So they say that in one of their videos. That's why I know that.
And they're truck drivers.
They're truck drivers. Yep. Or he is. She rides. So
well. So
that's
yeah, I think that might be interesting.
Yep. All right, guys. Looks like everybody's bailing out. And so let's go ahead and go raid Bob's Adventures about a minute early. That'll give everybody a chance to get over there. And we will see you all tonight. Don't forget, Chasing America tonight. Let's have a big crowd. I'll see y'all tonight. So love you guys. Appreciate y'all coming.